Have you ever felt like your financial security isn't quite what it used to be? Maybe you found yourself struggling to make ends meet, even after decades of hard work. It's a common feeling, especially for those of us who are in our golden years. It's easy to look back on life and wish we'd made different choices with our money. But the truth is, it's never too late to start making better decisions for your financial future. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 common money-saving mistakes seniors make, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of how to stay financially free and make your retirement years as stress-free as possible. So, let's dive right into it. The first mistake many seniors make is not having a clear budget. Now, I know, budgeting can sound boring or like something best left to accountants. But let me ask you, have you ever gone to the store and thought you were just going to pick up a few things, only to find yourself with a cart full of items you didn't need? It happens to the best of us. But when you don't have a budget in place, it's easy for those little extras to add up and drain your savings over time. A budget doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, it's about understanding where your money is going and making sure you're staying on track with what you can afford. It's helpful to break down your expenses into categories, like housing, groceries, utilities, entertainment, and so on, and then set a realistic limit for each one. The key here is not to cut out everything that brings you joy, but to be mindful of where your money is going. Let's say you're someone who enjoys going out to eat with friends or family. That's a wonderful way to stay connected, but eating out can be expensive if it happens too often. If you set aside a certain amount for dining out each month, you'll be able to enjoy those meals without feeling guilty or worried about overspending. It's about balance, and a budget helps you strike that balance in a way that allows you to enjoy your retirement while also securing your future. Another mistake many seniors make is not taking full advantage of senior discounts. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I don't want to be a bother or ask for a discount. But here's the thing, those discounts are there for you, and they can really add up over time. Whether it's a discount on groceries, travel, or even entertainment, those savings can make a big difference in your budget. For example, many retailers and restaurants offer senior discounts of 10% or more. Some movie theaters even have special pricing for seniors, and hotels often give discounts for older guests, too. If you're not already asking about discounts, now's the time to start. It might feel a little awkward at first, but remember, those discounts are there to make your life a little easier, and every little bit helps. And if you're not sure where to find these discounts, there are plenty of websites and apps that list senior deals, so you don't have to go hunting for them. Make it a habit to ask wherever you go, and you'll be surprised at how much you can save. It might not seem like much at first, but when you add it all up over the course of a year, it can be substantial. Now, we've covered 2 of the main mistakes seniors make when it comes to saving money: lack of a budget and not utilizing senior discounts. But there's another key mistake that often goes unnoticed, and that's not having a plan for healthcare costs. As we age, our healthcare needs naturally increase. Even if you're in great health now, medical expenses can still sneak up on you. Prescription costs, doctor visits, and potential long-term care can all put a strain on your finances. That's why it's crucial to plan ahead for healthcare expenses, especially if you don't have a comprehensive insurance plan. One of the best ways to handle this is to set up a health savings account, HSA, if you're eligible. An HSA is a special savings account that allows you to save money for medical expenses with tax advantages. It's a smart way to prepare for unexpected healthcare costs without draining your regular savings. Even if you're not eligible for an HSA, consider setting up a separate emergency fund specifically for medical expenses. Having that safety net will give you peace of mind, knowing that you won't be caught off guard by a sudden healthcare need. But it's not just about saving money for healthcare, it's also about being proactive with your health. The more you take care of yourself now, the fewer medical expenses you'll have down the road. Regular checkups, exercise, and healthy eating can help prevent a lot of the common ailments that lead to expensive treatments later on. Now that we've covered budgeting, senior discounts, and healthcare planning, let's move on to some other important money-saving strategies. I'm going to share a few more tips in the next part that will help you stay financially free and avoid some of the traps that can derail your retirement savings. But before we do that, think about how you can implement these first steps into your daily routine. A little awareness and effort can make a big difference when it comes to managing your money wisely. So, stay tuned, and let's continue this conversation in the next part. Now that we've talked about the importance of budgeting, using senior discounts, and planning for healthcare costs, let's continue with a couple more common mistakes seniors often make. These mistakes can really put a dent in your savings over time, but don't worry, I'll also show you how to avoid them. One mistake that many seniors make is keeping unnecessary subscriptions or memberships. Maybe you've signed up for a magazine subscription that you rarely read or a streaming service you don't really use anymore. Perhaps you're still paying for a gym membership you haven't visited in months. These things can be small, but they add up. Before you know it, you could be wasting hundreds of dollars each year on things you don't even need. The first step is to go through all your subscriptions and memberships, whether it's for magazines, streaming services, or even clubs, and ask yourself, do I really use this? Is it worth the cost? If you're not using it, cancel it. It might feel like a small step, but eliminating these unnecessary expenses can free up money for things that matter more to you. Maybe you want to spend that extra cash on a fun trip or put it into savings. Every little bit helps. Now, while we're on the topic of saving money, let's talk about another big mistake: ignoring the power of compound interest. Many seniors think that since they're not working anymore, there's no need to worry about saving or investing. But here's the truth: your money can still grow even when you're retired, and compound interest can help you do that. Compound interest is simply the process of earning interest on both the money you've saved and the interest your savings have already earned. If you have money sitting in an account that offers interest, like a savings account, a certificate of deposit, CD, or even an investment account, you're essentially letting your money work for you. Here's an example. Let's say you have $10,000 in an account that earns 5% interest. After 1 year, you'll have earned $500 in interest, making your total balance $10,500. But in the second year, you'll earn interest not just on your original $10,000, but also on the $500 of interest you earned in the first year. This is where the magic of compounding happens. It builds on itself over time, which can really boost your savings in the long run. Now you might be thinking, but I don't have enough money to invest, so what's the point? The truth is, it doesn't matter how much you start with. What matters is that you start. Even small contributions to an interest-bearing account or investment can grow over time. So, if you haven't already, consider talking to a financial advisor about how to make the most of compound interest, whether it's through a retirement account, a high-interest savings account, or even low-risk investments. One thing to keep in mind, though, is to avoid rushing into high-risk investments just because you want to grow your money quickly. It's important to find a balance between growth and safety, especially as you get older. A financial advisor can help you figure out what's best for your unique situation. So far, we've talked about cutting unnecessary subscriptions and taking advantage of compound interest. But there's one more big mistake that many seniors make: not understanding the impact of debt in retirement. While you might not be taking on new debts, many people still carry balances on credit cards or loans. And if you're not careful, those debts can eat away at your retirement savings. If you have any outstanding debts, such as credit card balances, personal loans, or even a mortgage, it's important to create a plan to pay them off. The longer you carry high-interest debt, the more it will drain your finances. If you can, try to pay off these debts before you retire, or at least work on reducing them. If that's not possible, there are strategies you can use to minimize the impact of debt on your retirement, like refinancing or consolidating loans to get a lower interest rate. Another strategy to manage debt in retirement is to prioritize paying off high-interest debts first. For example, credit cards usually have much higher interest rates than personal loans or mortgages. By paying down high-interest debt first, you can save money in the long run. Don't feel bad if you're carrying debt. Many people are in the same situation. The key is to take action now and create a plan to reduce it over time. That way, you'll have more freedom to enjoy your retirement without worrying about bills piling up. Now that we've covered subscriptions, compound interest, and managing debt, let's look at one more common mistake: failing to update your will or estate plan. You've worked hard all your life, and it's important that your assets go where you want them to when the time comes. But if you haven't updated your will or estate plan in years, there's a good chance it's not reflecting your current wishes. The process of updating your will is relatively simple, and it can save your loved ones a lot of stress down the road. If you've experienced any big life changes, like the birth of grandchildren, a change in your marital status, or a shift in your financial situation, it's a good idea to revisit your estate plan. Even if nothing has changed, it's still a good idea to review it every few years to ensure everything is still in line with your wishes. Having a will or estate plan in place can also help you minimize taxes and avoid probate, which can be a long and expensive process. A little time spent updating your will now can save your family a lot of headaches later. As we wrap up this section, take a moment to think about these tips and how you can apply them to your life. Remember, these are simple steps that can make a big difference in your financial well-being. It's all about being proactive and making sure that you're setting yourself up for the future so you can enjoy your retirement with peace of mind. And with that, we're almost there. In the final part of our series, we'll dive into a few more ways to protect your finances and keep your savings secure. Stay tuned. We've already covered quite a bit, haven't we? So far, we've tackled budgeting, taking advantage of senior discounts, planning for healthcare costs, cutting unnecessary subscriptions, harnessing the power of compound interest, managing debt, and updating your will. But there's still a few more key steps to ensure your money is working for you in the best way possible. Let's finish strong with some final tips that will help you stay financially free in your retirement. One mistake many seniors make is not planning for the possibility of needing long-term care. As we age, the likelihood of needing some form of long-term care increases. Whether it's help with daily activities or more specialized medical care, this can be an expensive part of life, and it's easy to overlook it when planning for retirement. The cost of long-term care can be staggering, especially if you haven't prepared ahead of time. There are different ways to plan for this potential need. One option is long-term care insurance, which can help cover the costs of services like home health aides, nursing homes, or assisted living facilities. While the premiums for long-term care insurance can be expensive, it's an investment in your peace of mind. Just like any insurance, the idea is to prepare for the worst-case scenario so that you're not burdened by the high costs of care when the time comes. If long-term care insurance isn't something you've considered, there are other ways to protect yourself financially. One option is to open a separate savings account specifically for long-term care expenses. It might take some time to build, but having this extra cushion will help reduce stress should you need help down the road. Another option is to explore government programs like Medicaid, which may offer assistance with long-term care costs, depending on your income and assets. Planning for long-term care doesn't need to be complicated, but it's something that should be on your radar. You don't want to leave yourself unprepared, especially when there are resources out there to help you. Another common mistake that many seniors make is ignoring their tax situation. While it might seem like you're past the point of worrying about taxes, they can still have a significant impact on your retirement income. Many retirees are surprised by how taxes can affect their Social Security benefits, pension income, or withdrawals from retirement accounts. One way to avoid unnecessary taxes is by planning ahead and understanding how your retirement income will be taxed. For example, some states don't tax Social Security benefits, while others do. Some retirement accounts, like traditional IRAs and 401(k)s, are taxed when you withdraw the money, while others, like Roth IRAs, allow you to withdraw tax-free after a certain age. By understanding these rules and strategies, you can take steps to minimize the taxes you pay, which can leave you with more money to enjoy. If you're unsure about your tax situation, consider talking to a tax professional who specializes in retirement planning. They can help you identify ways to reduce your tax burden and make the most of your retirement income. Lastly, let's talk about the importance of staying financially flexible. Life is full of surprises, and you never know when something unexpected might happen, whether it's a medical emergency, an urgent home repair, or even a sudden opportunity to travel. Having a financial cushion, along with a plan for unexpected expenses, will give you peace of mind and the freedom to handle these surprises without stressing over money. One way to stay flexible is by maintaining an emergency fund. This fund is different from your long-term savings. It's meant to cover unexpected costs that arise in day-to-day life. Ideally, you should aim to keep 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an easily accessible account. That way, if something unexpected happens, you won't have to dip into your retirement savings or go into debt to handle the situation. It's also important to stay open to adjusting your budget as your circumstances change. Maybe you'll find that you're not spending as much on certain things, like dining out or entertainment, and you can put that money into savings or investments. Or maybe you'll need to reallocate some of your funds if your healthcare expenses increase. The key is to stay flexible and be willing to adapt your financial strategy as needed. As we wrap up this series, I hope you feel more confident about your ability to manage your finances and avoid some of the most common money-saving mistakes seniors make. Remember, it's all about taking small steps and being proactive. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stay aware and make thoughtful decisions that will help you live your best life without constantly worrying about money. And here's the thing. It's never too late to start. Whether you're already retired or just starting to think about the future, the changes you make today can set you up for a better tomorrow. Don't let these financial mistakes hold you back. Take control, plan for the unexpected, and give yourself the gift of financial freedom in your later years. I'd love to hear from you. What steps have you taken to improve your financial situation in retirement? What challenges have you faced, and how did you overcome them? Drop a comment below and share your experiences. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on how to live a happy, fulfilling, and financially secure life at any age. Here's to your best life at any age. Keep making smart choices, and remember, you're never alone on this journey. You've got this.